Okay, folks, this is pretty funny. Okay, so somebody went through and took a bunch of archived headlines from the legacy media that all claimed different foods were racist. And so we're going to look through some of these headlines. These are real headlines from across the country from all the legacy media telling us which foods are racist. And apparently they dive into why. We're not going to read the why because who cares? Like it's such a crock. Anyway, so let's take a look at this. So no beer, no epic thread using mainstream media headlines to list racist foods. Funniest damn thing ever. Well, we know that picking your nose is racist, blinking is racist, breathing is racist. So you might as well just do the entire food pyramid. So, as they say here, for years now, we've joked about how if everything is racist, then nothing is. And yet our pals on the left keep pushing more and more insanity around racism. Granted, they are far more interested in calling women bigots for not wanting men in their bathrooms. Yeah, women, what's the deal? Gosh. Man, not allowing men with boners to walk around your bathrooms? Give me a break. Freaking. Anyway, but racism is their big go-to, as we all know. So, racist food. Coddled, affluent professional with the the user profile is the picture of Pete Booty Juice. And so he goes through a list here of different foods that are apparently racist. So candy. So this is from NPR. Oh, yes, we love NPR, don't we? Yeah, we're finding out that they were a sham all along. NPR, tainted treats, racism, and the rise of big candy. Oh, man, ominous. Ominous. No, not candies. It's Sacramento Bee, which is noted for its complete bias against anybody who does not like their narrative. E.g., see the interview they had with Larry Elder when he was running for governor. Yeah, they treated him like garbage, but he zinged them back. So fish are racist too. I'm just letting you know. So stop it. Stop it with the fish. So Sacramento Bee says why some fish are junk, others are protected. California study points to past racism, and that's where those people's taxes are going to. Really, Food and Wine says the difference between yams and sweet potatoes is structural racism. And the confusion goes all the way back to the transatlantic slave trade. Well, who can't point any problems in the history of mankind, whether before the Atlantic slave trade or after the Atlantic slave trade, that all point to the slave trade as the source of all their problems? And I guarantee next time you get in an argument with your spouse or whatever, I guarantee it's probably due to the transatlantic slave trade. I'm just saying, man. So cut it. Sweet potatoes aren't really yams, asking for a friend. Chicken. I've always loved fried chicken, but the racism surround it shamed me. It should be a source of pride for black people. It's complicated, though. Well, of course it is. Let's see. PETA. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Are meat eaters? Oh, let's see what PETA said. Okay. To see this, we have to go to X itself. Now, PETA, they always got something going against somebody for something, and they've always been nut jobs. They don't need the support of like top down rich people. They're just crazy. Are meat eaters more likely to be racist? Your thoughts about marriage equality and racial justice could be linked to your affinity for steaks and sausages. Oh, here's okay. Yeah, oh, wonderful. Oh, and barbecue. Let's just go straight to X. Barbecue. The media has erased the long history of black barbecue, skewing our misunderstanding. Oh, it's some deep thinking here. Until recently, BBQ's indispensable African American cooks were left out of barbecue storytelling. This is a tearjerker, this one. Soft drinks. A brief history of racist soft drinks. Lots of people know how about, oh, this is the Atlantic. Boy, there was a time I think when they were respectable, maybe that never actually existed. But lots of people know about how Coke Coca-Cola used to contain cocaine, or how Pepsi was a hip drink in the 60s. Few realize that Coke marketed assiduously to whites, while Pepsi hired a Negro markets department. Well, isn't that like a DEI department that you guys do now? It's the same thing. So yeah, racist soft drinks, of course. Sorry, folks. Gonna have to stop. Eggs Benedict and bottomless mimosas come with colonization. Your fancy new brunch place is probably colonialist and you're a colonizer. And that comes from a magazine touting themselves with the word think, opinion analysis essays. I don't know if that necessarily is it, but as I've said, we're bringing up the term midwit more and more ever since we've seen what Catherine Marr's been doing at NPR and who she really is. She's kind of a midwit. She just echoes what her masters tell her. Oh, excuse me, that's racist again. Oh my gosh. And you know what they won't say was racist? I bet you $1 million because this is the globalists who push this divisiveness. This anytime they can find something, they will try. Is crickets. I bet you $1 million because they want us to eat crickets only. That's probably the only food where they won't say is racist. I bet because they want us to eat that stuff. Cheese is racist. Cheese is racist. Storm as hundreds back ban on dairy foods in school. Serving dairy in foods at schools is racist. An Extinction Rebellion. Oh, yes, the ever reliable Extinction Rebellion group. These are the people who go and sit down in front of cars on highways and get people pissed off because they're trying to save the world from climate change or big oil or whatever, even though their complete outfit is made of petroleum. An Extinction Rebellion campaigner told the council after hundreds signed a petition to serve children plant-based meals only. What did I tell you? See, plant-based meals only. And what does this serve? This serves the purpose of taking all the resources from everybody else and hoarding them. The elites would hoard them. Cheese, meat, all those things, they would hoard them among themselves, and then they're going to have you eat cockroaches and crickets. And do you see what I mean? This is all meant for one purpose, to get people to ostracize people who eat regular food. And then they can go, oh, well, crickets aren't racist. Crickets are wonderful for the world. Coffee is racist. Now, this I've seen an article on this. This is ridiculous. A slew of black-owned coffee companies are reclaiming American coffee culture using design and branding that tells the rich, dripping, rich story of Black history. The rich story. Ketchup that isn't free is racist. I didn't know that. This article is more than 10 years old. Is having to pay for tomato ketchup racist? I guess it is now. A Glaswegian, person from Glasgow, I think, Scotland, who was told in an Edinburgh chip shop that the brown sauce was free, but the tomato sauce it wasn't, believes this is anti-Glasgow racism. You're on to something, smart guy. Salmon is racist. I must be the biggest racist in the world. I love salmon. I'm serious, and I'm okay with that. I don't care, because racism, I'll be honest, it's just this hollow shell of an insult now. It just really doesn't mean anything. If you use it, the elites love to use this, but the problem is they can't help themselves. They overuse terms, the isms and the phobes and all that stuff, to the point where it's kind of utterly meaningless at this point. And anyway, ProPublica, the racism and resilience behind today's salmon crisis. Salmon have been endangered my entire life. Here's what I didn't realize until I started reporting. Oh, that's sobering. Peaches are racist. Oh, really? The fuzzy history of the Georgia peach. Once a feral resource for planters, the stone fruit got a marketing makeover in the late 19th century and a boost from the segregated labor market. Oh, okay, that's cool. Milk is racist. Why white supreme pizzas are chugging milk and why geneticists are alarmed. Oh, yes, remember, the elites want to get rid of beef and cows. They think they are the direct cause, the link to most of our climate change problems, okay? And so they want to get rid of all that, even though we know now that beef Cattle are one of the highest sources of protein and nutrients in the world. Okay, so that should be eyebrow raising because we know what that means. That means that that helps people live. It helps them produce. It helps them be productive members of society. It helps them be healthy. And that's the last thing the eugenics cabal at the WEF wants. Remember, they hate you folks. I'm just saying, like, you can, I mean, this is one group that if you don't understand that they don't loathe you yet, well, keep reading. And so why geneticists are alarmed. Remember, they want to replace all of this with just like crickets, bricks of smashed crickets for us to eat. Cupcakes are racist. Oregon bakery accused of racism for Oreo cupcake. Owner Angelica Hayes, who is black, say they originally named the cupcake because it was so good they wanted it to hold public office. What else is racist? Salads are racist. Why is Asian salad still on the menu? That it's called Asian salad? I don't know. Why don't white people's potato salad is not to be trusted. Now that I kind of have to agree with because I've been to many a family reunion with potato salad, and I have inklings about it. My aunt makes a potato salad that has always been suspect, and especially when you're at a family reunion and it's been sitting there in the sun for a while, you're like, this is not good. Somebody's gonna get sick off this stuff. Now, on the other hand, I do really like the red skin potato salad too. But I do have other relatives who actually make a really good potato salad. In any case, I'm going to listen to the media because they're just telling me, regardless of who the relative is, if it's a second cousin, a niece, a grandparent, a great uncle, and nevertheless, if they're white, don't trust their potato salad. So I'm going to take their advice. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Very Smart Brothers says, why we don't trust white people's potato salad? Explain. So during the Black Jeopardy skit on SNL last week, the last question reiterated a theme that seems to exist within black culture. White people's inability to make proper potato salad is such a known truth that even King Chala, who got every other answer wrong, instinctively knew that their potato salad isn't to be trusted or sampled or even encouraged. It's a fact that apparently transcends time, culture, status, and Wakanda. Well, that is credibility right there, that article right there. I don't know if people just don't have enough to do, so they're focusing on this. I think that may be the case. Let's see, whatever it is white people are eating, it's a problem. Science and Nature, white people's eating habits produce most greenhouse gases, study finds. Oh, well, of course, this is the eugenics part of this. The elites right now, they do want to, there is a thing, they want to get rid of white people. It is true. The funny thing is most all the elites, look at who's at Davos. Most of those people are white old guys. So it's kind of a weird thing, but they do want to eliminate. They don't want to tell you outright, but my thing is you want to exterminate white people. Just say it, dude. Just say it. At least let me know. Because all of your little hints and stuff here through the media that you're pushing down from the top down, we get it. You want eugenics. You want to basically get rid of white people. We get it. And especially when you say something this stupid, white people's eating habits produce the most greenhouse gases, study finds. Well, Klaus Schwab, then that's you, Mr. Guy. Like your farts, I guess you're a white dude, right? You're a German white dude. So, or Swiss or whatever. And that would mean pretty much 90% of the staff at the WEF produces most of the greenhouse gases because they're white. More cheese is racist. Cheese that had been bought to create that white people middle class, it was cheese that had been used to rob African Americans of their land, the racist history of government cheese. Thankfully, there's also some good news about cheese. The women bringing Black, Indigenous, people of color representation to the cheese industry. I didn't know the cheese industry was such a problematic place for civil rights abuse. I just didn't know until now, but thank you for letting me know about the dairy industry and And MLK did march for the dairy industry. I remember that was really the crux of his position. The whole book on how beer is white and racist. Beer and racism, how beer became white, why it matters, and the movements to change it. Wine is racist. Does the wine industry have a racism problem? Well, I don't know. It shows a bunch of black people drinking wine in that picture. And so that picture kind of doesn't make sense. The case against bourbon. Sugarcoating a painful history. Oh, let's move on. Okay, the black people were denied is ice cream. Oh, ice cream. Remember this too. Black people were denied vanilla ice cream in the Jim Crow South except on Independence Day. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Racial insensitivity behind MSG criticisms. Eddie Wang on racial insensitivities behind MSG Chinese food criticisms. Racism made us believe MSG was dangerous. Now chefs are bringing the once controversial seasoning back into the spotlight. Oh dear. Oh dear, 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 dear Lord. You know, this is the real suffering in the world too, as I think about, you know, the genocides in various places like Rwanda. I think about the 500,000 soldiers that have already been killed in the Ukraine, and probably also the numerous citizens who have been killed on both sides of the conflict in Ukraine and Russia. I think about the civil war in Sierra Leone. I think about the starvation that's in some parts of the world right now. And I think, you know, those people, this is what their biggest concern is right now, I think it would be best not to send those people any cheese or anything like that because it's racist. So if you are donating to a cause to help people who are starving in some country somewhere, just don't send them any of this food. Because it's mostly all racist. I'm just saying we're solving the world's problems. I can tell we're just solving the people's problems by not sending them food because most of it's racist anyway. Racism doesn't take, potato chips are racist too, although, gosh, I'm seriously big time racist because I love potato chips. I like the kettle ones, the crinkle cut, not crinkle cut. They're thick cut. Those are pretty good. I mean, they're not great for you, like health-wise, but they are delicious. And there's ones that they sell at Whole Foods that have avocado oil on them, and those are really good too. But okay, so let's see what it says. Racism doesn't taste very good, and other reactions to Lay's new international potato chip flavors. Well, I don't know. Racism it tastes great, actually. As I said, the kettle potato chips, if that's racist, I don't know, it tastes delicious. French food is the expression of white privilege. Oh, You notice there's a connection here, there's a pattern here. The socialist roots of the bagel? Okay, I thought bagels were anarcho-tyrannist, but apparently they're socialist. So... anyway, there you go, folks. I just really wanted to. I thought this is something that's just been pressing on my mind for days, weighing down on my shoulders. And you need to know that you're all a bunch of racists because if you eat any of this stuff, you're all racist. I just don't care. And so I'm just saying, do a deep dive, look deep inside yourself, find your inner child or whatever, and then discover that really what you want to eat are crickets, and that most of these foods just serve only white people, and we should avoid them at all costs because crickets are what they're planning on. That's why they're doing this propaganda campaign. Get rid of any healthy foods, any foods with lots of nutrients and stuff like that, and we will usher in the non-racist foods like crickets. So anyway, when you're starving out there and somebody hands you a cup of crickets, just go, thank you for not being racist. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Please put a like on the video if you liked it, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and please comment below, and I will talk to you later. Bye.